we caught you right on the back end of your Tech City career. And I know you were coming out of it at the time. You had all these things that you were working on. But I'm wondering, a year later, have you had time to process the time that you had there at Tech City and to know how it kind of changed you and what you kind of saw coming out?
Yeah, I mean, it took a while, actually. It took a real long time. It probably wasn't until November and then really probably January, February that kind of hit home what I'd been up to and what I'd done and what I'd seen and what I'd learnt. And was, crazily ambitious about what I was going to get done afterwards. I had to almost take most of the ideas out back and shoot them. Luckily, the school idea has remained, which is great. But it's been interesting to see how it's developed and changed and moved, and how the organisation has restructured itself. And I'm not 100% sure whether it's making the right decisions at the moment.
Because Joanna was there, and then Joanna left a little bit early, and now Gerard is running it. I mean, has the organization itself changed?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's shifted a lot. I mean, there's been this recent announcement about LMP doing a lot more. So it feels like the organisation has shifted much more to a sort of GLA-focused London sort of piece, rather than the UK-wide sort of number 10 piece that it was before. I mean, I think it still has an opportunity to do great work, and I still think there's a need for an organisation like that. My concern is it feels like the last 12 months have not been hugely productive. I don't know if that's a bias that's sort of ego-based, or whether it's they're not making enough noise in the right areas. But even as someone who takes a great interest in it, I still struggle to find information about it. Still struggle to kind of really understand what it's doing and what it's trying to achieve. And I kind of feel that even with all the knowledge I have and access to these people, that's probably not a great sign. So I'm urging Gerard, who I speak to fairly regularly, to really connect back with the community and really sort of listen to the needs and desires of the local people, because that's the point of it. But we will see what happens. I mean, it's in a difficult transition period, and we'll have to see whether it kind of regains, I think, some of the success it did manage to achieve.
It's interesting because it's like this glaring, it's like this institution in the center of companies that are living and dying by the sword. Like, do you have something that works? Do you have someone people want to invest real money? If not, then go somewhere else. And then it's this institution with this kind of this nebulous mandate that's trying to exist in the middle of it. It's very strange.
It is very strange. I mean, as I always said, and I've always been a strong supporter of government doing what government can do to help. And I think the implementations of policies that Rohan did and many others at Number 10 were superb. SEIS, EIS, R&D tax credits. These are great policies, and really have. We've seen the impact of that. We've seen that really rapidly increase activity in the area, and shining a light on what's happening around here. The work that you're doing, the work that the Three Beards are doing, the work that people like Up Global are doing, and others, really celebrating entrepreneurship. Not only in the UK, in London, also across Europe. These are great things. These are really important. But I just wonder how much the impact of what Tech City is trying to do now is really filtering down to people on the ground, and whether or not it's become more of a sort of educational piece for MPs and other people who are not maybe quite as well connected or understanding it. And if that kind of glass ceiling and that boundary there isn't permeable, then it will always fall into the same standard criticism that government organisations face, which is government's useless, it's slow moving, it doesn't really do what it needs to do, it doesn't listen to the will of the people, and that's just going to be a real shame, I think.